How's it going, everyone? NuttyNu here, and today this video we're just gonna do a little critique and talk about this topic of this video that just got released on Netflix. So first and foremost, this is gonna be my personal opinions on this new movie that just released quite a while on Netflix. It's called CUTIES. So second, this is gonna be a spoiler because I'm gonna talk about the movie, the plot, and a little bit of everything. So this is a spoiler alert. So if you haven't watched it, you might want to go watch it first and then come back and discuss with me or in the comment section. What is this movie about? This movie, CUTIES, it's about a bunch of little girls around the age of 11, 12. They're in high school, or they're in school, and it's really weird. It has a lot of sexual content that isn't appropriate for them, and there has been a lot of controversy around the world, and people are discussing, saying that this should have never been released. This is like almost child pornography, etc., etc., etc. So I found out about this movie because my wife told me about it last night. She's like, "Oh my God, there's this movie called CUTIES, blah blah blah." I'm like, all right, turn on Netflix, let's watch it, let's check it out, see what it's all about. Basically, the director of this movie is this French lady. Her name is, I can't really pronounce it, it's Maimona Duarquarchi. I can't really pronounce it, but you guys can search it up. She was born in 1985. She said that this movie was a little bit about her life, but when we talk about it, back in 1985, there wasn't no social media, there wasn't no twerking, so a lot of the stuff that was improvised into this movie doesn't make sense. The fact that she's talking about her life. It starts out with this. The main character is this little girl named Amy. Amy lives with her mother, has a little brother. Basically, she goes to school. She sees 4 other girls that are like very dressed not for their age, and they like to dance. They like to do all these. They like to dance and etc. And she gets intrigued by it, and basically she goes from a good girl into a bad girl. So instead of following her tradition, she gets intrigued about doing those stuff. Now the problem is that the point is that if you grew up in a culture and you don't want to follow your culture no more and you want to do something else, that's totally fine. I support that. But the point is that this movie says if you want to start twerking, go for it, or do like stripper dance, go for it. Basically, that's what they're saying. So I think the director's point was that she grew up in a really strict family with rules, with traditions, and she just didn't want to do it no more. She wanted to try something else, which is cool, you know. If you want to try something else and, like, say, go explore new avenues in life, that's totally fine. But the point that back in her days, there wasn't no social media, because in this video, there's like social media. They're watching videos on other girls twerking, dancing videos. They have like this thing where it's kind of like Instagram, Twitter, where they post up photos, etc., etc. So they're trying to win this dance competition in school, etc. Eventually, Amy watches these crazy videos about twerking, very sexualized girl, almost like Cardi B videos and stuff like that. And she basically learned those moves, and she improvised those moves to her team leaders, and they start learning those dance moves and etc., etc. And it becomes very cringy and very inappropriate for their age. I don't know, like the way I think about it. So here's my opinion. First of all, the movie, it sucks because the whole plot is kind of and the plot was just dumb, because eventually she fights for this so much. She wants to dance so much when her mother opposes it, etc., etc. But later on, when she gets to the finale, they do the dances, she breaks down, and then she runs back to her mom. And I think the point is that she realized that it wasn't worth it. So it's kind of like the whole point, you know. You get to the fame, and then you find out, wow, it's not worth it. Or you make the money, and like, wow, you found that. That doesn't make you happy. I think that was the point of the movie. The main girl, Amy, I'll be honest, she has a great acting career. She's a good actor. So if you were to think, if you were to give this movie any credits, a lot of the actress, they're actually pretty good. Amy's great actress. Her mother, the mother's great actress. Amy's aunt, she's like an elder. They're all good actress. The other 4 girls, their acting is pretty good for their age. The only person that had like weird acting was, I would say, Amy's uncle. which is the guy where Amy stole his phone, and she used his phone to do like social media, watch other stuff. It also didn't make sense because it was an iPhone, so they didn't explain how she stole the phone and was able to go on with days and days and days without charging it. So there's a few things that doesn't match up, but it is what it is. So the plot was kind of whack. I mean, I like the point that it inspires people to explore new avenues besides following their culture and tradition, but the point that they made it to the point where they say, let's make these girls be intrigued into like the sexual world, the twerking world, etc., etc. They could have done a very good job with this video if they would have made it something else, where the girls wanted to do something else. Let's say the girls wanted to explore like a dancing that was like good dancing, I guess you can say it, or some kind of other talent that a lot of parents don't want you to do, but in the end, you know, there's good to it. But instead, they turn it into a very sexualized video, a lot of twerking, a lot of close-up videos on the girls' butts, and just a lot of things like that. So really weird. My wife was like, yeah, this video is like the perfect video for perverted folks. At the end of the day, here's the truth, guys. At the end of the day, we all know sex sells. I work in the media industry, entertainment industry. I film videos, I shoot videos, so I know that this saying is always true. You guys hear it all the time, sex sells. What does that mean? It means anything that's sexualized will get views, will sell, and will get popular. It's the truth about media and stuff like that. Sex sells. So I feel like we do live in a world nowadays where you look at it, a lot of teenagers, a lot of young girls, young guys, they're starting to get very, very sexualized with their social media, doing things to get views, to clout, and stuff like that. A lot of teenager girls are doing these exact things nowadays, things that are inappropriate for their world, inappropriate for their age. But at the same time, you have the media, like artists, musicians, people that are celebrities. They exploit this. They sell this. Cardi B, for example, you know, they show their audience that, you know, this is fine, this is totally fine. And then you have people like feminist people that are against this, like, oh, why are you know, they're feminists, but at the same time, or let's say they're feminists, or they want like women's rights, but at the same time you look at it and then it shows these celebrities that are still downgrading females by showing, you know, sexualities and stuff like that. So it's really, really hard to say what's right and what's wrong nowadays in the year 2020, 21st century, because this world is really, really crazy. One argument was that they're trying to make this video so that it's the norm, where twerking at this age is normal now. You know, we should get used to it. It's totally fine, etc., etc. So, you know, who is it to say that it's fine? I mean, I can say that it's not fine, I can say it's not right, but etc., etc. I mean, what would you say? So at the end of the day, all in all, I don't know what to say, guys. Am I mad that they made this video? Absolutely not. It's a free country, it's a free world, you can do what kind of movies you want. Do I think they could have done a better job? Of course. They could have done a better job by not exploiting the sexual world to younger people, because really that wasn't needed. But at the same time, when you think about it, society has already come to that stage. We're already in that stage where young people are doing stuff like that. They're getting sexualized for views. Guys, girls, young teenagers, young boys, they're doing drugs, etc., etc. Everything you see in the culture media, people are starting to do now. And really, how do you fix that? Really, there's no way to fix it. I mean, honestly, it's too late to turn back now, because social media has really taken over the world, that it's been the eye-opening for younger people, and young people have seen things, celebrities, their favorite fans do this, do that, and you know what? It goes into their brain, and guess what? They want to do it now. So I don't know what to say, guys. If you guys haven't seen the movie Cuties, I don't recommend you watch it, because really, it's just the whole plot was just really whatever, and then the movie drags a little bit. There's a lot of scenes as a director myself. There's a lot of scenes that really, really drag. So if you guys want to watch it, you guys can go watch it. It's just really, it's not super cringy. It's kind of cringy, but it does tell a lot of truth about how people are nowadays. So if you guys want to watch it, go watch it. Or if you guys just want to watch snippets of it, you can watch like reviews. There's lots of people on YouTube that have done like some critic reviews and stuff like that. But this is just my opinion, so let me know what you guys think. If you guys watched it, let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. and let's have an open discussion about this topic, about sexualizing teenagers, and especially young girls around the age of 11, which is what this movie is about. Comment below, and I'll see you guys next time.